So on today's episode of the Timprovisation, we're gonna talk about the top 10 coolest video game characters who wear sunglasses. Hello, I'm Tim Rogers, you are watching Kotaku.com, and welcome back to video games. I only have 20 minutes, so I am going to improvise a piece of video content for you. If you like it, that would be nice. Let's see what I got. I have a bottle of water. I actually have a toothbrush in my pocket. It's an Oral-B toothbrush with the name of the dentist on it. I saw about 12 dentists in the process of deciding which dentist is my current dentist, so this is one of the ones who did not make the cut. However, he provided me a toothbrush. I like to have one on me. It's not usually in my pocket. I like this, I can see in the monitor, I've got my sunglasses and we've got Dale Earnhardt's sunglasses. I got double sunglasses going on here. Now Dale, R.I.P. Dale and all that. Not even saying that as a joke, it's a real tragedy. I am wearing my sunglasses. I meant to put on my regular glasses before I came in here, and I didn't even bring them. I meant to bring them in my hand. I said right before we started, I said I'm gonna be right back, and I went back and I brushed my teeth, and then I meant to, after brushing my teeth, bring my regular glasses in here. And I didn't do that, so I am now standing in front of a camera wearing my sunglasses with this ridiculous double sunglasses effect. I just know that not all of the comments, the most of the comments are gonna be about, what's this guy wearing sunglasses? You're not gonna watch any of the video, you're gonna look at the thumbnail and see a guy with sunglasses on and then comment. And there's no weirder feeling in the world than getting a comment on YouTube containing earnestly worded fashion advice next to an avatar that's like literally Gabe from Penny Arcade. Just one word of constructive criticism. Some might say that sunglasses make a person look like they're full of themselves. It's always phrased as though some would say. Though you know what? I have a terrible headache. I have had a headache for about 2 years. Then I went to a neurologist who did an MRI of my brain and said I look like a person who's been suffering migraines my entire life. I really like these glasses I got. These are Randolph Aviators. They're handmade on a bench in Massachusetts. So on today's episode of The Timprovisation, I just improvised that title because I was thinking about what I would call a show if I did a show. And Jim Sterling, the Jimquisition and Jimpressions, he's just kind of monopolized those sorts of names for people with 3-letter first names ending in IM. Timprovisation was like a joke name that I had. So on today's episode of The Timprovisation, we're gonna talk about the top 10 coolest video game characters who wear sunglasses. Like me and Dale. I don't even know if I can think of 10 characters who wear sunglasses. Okay, number 11. Now when I say number 11, I don't mean there's 11 items on this list. I don't mean of the 10 that I'm going to eventually list, this one would be the 11th if there was an 11th. No, the 11 is symbolic. The 11 indicates that this character is the lowest of the low, the stupidest of the stupid. And that character is Cool Spot from the, I think it was 1993? Was it 1993? Game Cool Spot, programmed by David Perry? David Perry, who worked on Sega Genesis Aladdin, later founded Shiny Entertainment, who made Earthworm Jim. Cool Spot was, for a couple of years, the mascot, the cartoon mascot of 7-Up, because since time immemorial, at least as far as graphic designers and marketing people are concerned, between the numeral 7 and the word up on the can was a little red circle. I wasn't there. I can only imagine that it was like the most brazenly cynical marketing meeting that has ever happened in the history of the world. A guy's like,
we need a mascot.
A designer's like, what if the red dot between the 7 and the up had a pair of sunglasses and little spindly black arms and white gloves and little spindly legs and high top shoes. It's like, that's literally it. This sort of cynicism in branding has been parodied so hard for decades, though it really did come from a real place, and that real place is Cool Spot. Cool Spot
Sucks.
The game sucks. It's like an Amiga made a game by itself. It's a dumb game. I wouldn't be putting him so low on whatever this list is if he at least had like eyebrows. It's just sunglasses and a little tiny circular mouth, like he's perpetually surprised. On the commercials, it's like the dots jump off the 7-Up cans and have a little party. They go surfing around the grocery store. It's like an accountant wrote Toy Story. I don't like it. And if you like it, get out of my house. Also, why are you watching this video in my house? That's weird. If you like Dave Perry, that's okay. If you like the Sega Genesis Aladdin more than the Super Nintendo Aladdin, I'm not gonna say we can't hang out. All you gotta do is admit that the Super Nintendo version is pretty good. You don't have to say it's better. I think it's better, it is better. However, I see the opinion too much. Sega Genesis version rules, Super Nintendo version sucks. Super Nintendo version's great. It's an extremely good. Now, on with the list. Wait, or is it on with the list? I was about to say Duke Nukem, but speaking of cynicism in marketing, Duke Nukem sucks. Duke Nukem really sucks. He's just basically a collection of like, he's got Arnold Schwarzenegger's hair, sort of, except it's blonde, kind of like Kurt Russell. He's just an amalgamation of action hero stereotypes, yells one-liners from Evil Dead. His game is just, it's just kind of a pastiche, it sucks. I mean, I love the idea of Duke Nukem and I
always bet on Duke.
However, Duke Nukem sucks, and he wears those little sunglasses probably because the developers didn't want to give him eyes, which are the windows to the soul, because then we would see that he doesn't have a soul. His eyes would just be these little black dots beneath those sunglasses. So I would put him under the list as well. And then the next one that came up off the top of my head was Earl? Is it Earl? It's not Toe Jam. Toe Jam's the one with all the feet. The one with all the feet, he has the big googly eyes, and they want you to see those. Earl sucks. He's the big gentleman with the little sunglasses on. I don't like Toe Jam and Earl. If you like Toe Jam and Earl, it's because you were 9 years old and you had a friend to play video games with. I didn't. That game doesn't work unless you're playing it 2 players. So Earl, can't really put him on the list either. You know who really sucks is Rash from the Battletoads. That game
sucks.
He wears sunglasses in the art and like all of the promotional art that they did for the game, yet the character doesn't wear sunglasses in the game. First of all, not only is Battletoads like a terrible game, if you like Battletoads, I've got more bad news for you than would fill a phone book. So not only is it a bad game, the sunglasses wearing character doesn't even wear sunglasses in the game. I'm trying to think. I feel like Capcom had a thing for sunglasses for like many years. This is my thinking pose. I put my arm up like this when I'm thinking. Do it with 2 arms. Do it like this. So I feel like Capcom had a thing with sunglasses. A thing that went on for, feels like a long time. Proto Man. Proto Man from Mega Man had sunglasses. I don't know why he's the first one to come to mind. Proto Man's like, he's Mega Man except he's red, and he discovered fashion accessories. He has sunglasses on and a scarf. Now, if you grew up with a brother who's like 2 years older than you, there was probably stuff you weren't allowed to like when you were a kid. So my brother, Roy, is 2 years older than me. I wasn't allowed to like red because red was his color. So immediately Proto Man is, in my mind, evil Mega Man. And he is positioned as sort of evil. He's a chaotic sort of mischief maker, is Proto Man. And Mega Man is called in the marketing materials the Blue Bomber all the time, as though his being blue was essential to his personality. So they're attaching, even though when he gets certain weapons he changes color. Proto Man's red, he's got a scarf, he's got sunglasses. He kind of sucks too. It's like you put sunglasses on a character cynically to just make them the cool one. You can wear sunglasses and be not cool. That's what I'm proving every day with my goddarn chronic migraine.
Goddarn chronic migraine.
Right? Who else in Capcom? Captain Commando. Captain Commando. Capcom. Capcom's mascot. Captain Commando had sunglasses on, and he wasn't always a video game character, though eventually he was. Captain Commando has sunglasses. I'd put him above Proto Man. And similar to Captain Commando was Street Fighter 2010. You play as Ken from Street Fighter. He's wearing sunglasses, and he has like this silver bodysuit. It's like people hate that game. I guess characters with sunglasses suck. Usually the character wearing sunglasses is like
a jerk
or a loser. Bionic Commando from Bionic Commando, the Bionic Commando from Bionic Commando wore sunglasses. And that game's cool. Bionic Commando Rearmed 2, he had kind of a Dale thing going on because he had a mustache and sunglasses. That was pretty good. Now in the Bionic Commando remake from was that 2009? I'll fact check that, and I will put the status of the fact check right here in the corner. He was not wearing sunglasses, but I feel like you could get sunglasses, so that doesn't count. We can't count Bionic Commando remake. I'm just thinking the Xbox 360 disc. I had it in my hand. I'm looking at the disc in my head. The guy was not wearing sunglasses. He was standing in a shadow, and there was like shadow over his eyes so that you couldn't see if he was wearing sunglasses or not. Maybe he was wearing a little pair of those like tanning sunglasses, little tiny like sun shields to protect his eyelids from sunburn. Who else has sunglasses? Wesker from Resident Evil, who is evil. He doesn't live in the house, so he's not the titular Resident Evil. However, he is evil and he wears sunglasses. So again, another goddarn point against sunglasses. Wesker's cool though. Master McDonald Miller from Metal Gear Solid, when you first see him on the codec, he's wearing sunglasses. Except he's not really himself, it's just Liquid Snake with his hair done up different. And it's one of the weirder twists in that game, because when it happens, most players are just like, oh, okay. Snake, it's me, McDonald Miller, your mentor. Oh, McDonald Miller, Master Miller. Fighting game characters. Do any fighting game characters have sunglasses? Crimson Viper from Street Fighter 4 has sunglasses, and they're fantastic. Now, they're actually like yellow tinted glasses, kind of in a... Yellow tinted glasses don't really count as sunglasses. However, I'm going to allow it, because if you wear them in the sun, they cut out a lot of light. They cut out all the blue light. It's actually customary in the olden times, and maybe even now, I don't know any snipers. A sniper to wear yellow tinted glasses because it allowed for maximum visibility. And again, having recently bought a pair of blue blocking, gray tinted, true colored lenses, I can tell you, you get sharpness and visibility, and Crimson Viper uses that for fighting. I'm gonna put her in the tentative #1 spot because her glasses are very good and her hair kind of matches it. Any other fighting game characters? Duck King from King of Fighters. He's the breakdancing dude. Who else from King of Fighters? Ralph? No, Clark. Clark from King of Fighters wears sunglasses, and he's a military dude because he's one of the characters from Ikari Warriors. So is Ralph. Ralph does not wear sunglasses in King of Fighters. I'm now thinking fighting games. SEGA, Eternal Champions. There's a character on the box who has sunglasses on. Don't know the name of the character. And I feel like in a fighting game, it's important that I know the name of the character. I can't count him. Whoever this guy is with the sunglasses, I'm saying his memory. I don't know the names of those characters. If you knew the names of all the characters in Eternal Champions when it came out, good for you. I can't remember all of them. So I can't put him on my list. Now the guy from Comics Zone who wears sunglasses, but he's got them down like this. He's got them down like this on the box and he's like, skateboarding out. That counts because he's the one guy in the game. It's not a fighting game. Comic Zone kid, sunglasses. SEGA was for the mature kids indeed, I guess, putting sunglasses on a main character on a box and he's wearing shorts and like a jacket. Don't have a whole lot of shorts and a jacket. It's usually sunglasses and some kind of a bodysuit. I feel like there's more SEGA sunglasses out there. Forgotten Worlds, which was actually made by Capcom, published by SEGA. The guys in that game are wearing sunglasses. That's two guys. Two big dudes wearing sunglasses. Two crude dudes. It's another game with both of the main characters have sunglasses, known as Crude Buster in Japan. That game sucks. I love it. Kid Chameleon, another SEGA game. The kid has a pair of sunglasses, and he's wearing a leather jacket. Got music by Tommy Tallarico, and he's wearing a leather jacket, white shirt, blue jeans. Kid Chameleon. That was their sort of an attempt at being a Mario-like game. Are there sunglasses in Mario? Roy Koopa, named after Roy Orbison, another real-life sunglasses wearer. You know, I know everything about Mario 3, the game, the American game that I've played. I don't know the names of all the Koopa kids in Japanese. I just know that the names are all localized for the American version. There's one Koopa, Morton Koopa Jr., named after Morton Downey Jr. Did you know that Morton Downey Jr. and Robert Downey Jr. are not related? Did you know that? Like, you'd think that it's like Downey Jr. is some weird ornamental last name only a few people have, though. It turns out they both have a dad with the same name and their last name is Downey. And I just made that up because I actually don't know if that's true. I'm gonna fact check that on Wikipedia. The results of the fact checking will be right here. True or false? What do we got? Is it true? Is it false? I'm looking it up right now as I'm listening to myself in Adobe Premiere. I'm looking it up. We're gonna see if it's true or false. Oh wow, what a surprise. Who else in Nintendo has sunglasses? Mouser, boss from Super Mario Bros. 2. Mario Madness, also known as Doki Doki Panic in Japan. Mouser wears sunglasses. He kind of sucks. He's a mouse who throws bombs. Giving sunglasses a hard time, once again. That's kind of weird to be in a little room by yourself, confined somewhere with no windows, no door, and just throwing bombs. That's all he's got. He's just blowing up his own room because somebody else showed up. I don't know, I guess when you live in a little room by yourself, somebody shows up, you should assume they're probably there to try to kill you, and you should use whatever you have. I'm pretty sure somebody in Ace Combat has sunglasses, though I can't really count that on my list because somebody in Ace Combat that's not a specific example. Wow, I just conjured up into my mind is Kazuma Kujo, director of R-Type, Disaster Report, and the Steambot Chronicles. He wears sunglasses, but that's a real guy, he's not a video game character. But you know what, I'm gonna allow it because Tomonobu Itagaki, director of the Ninja Gaiden games, phenomenal game designer, smart guy, a little bit weird. He wears sunglasses all the time, even when he's not developing video games. I saw him just wearing them in like a dark room once. Guy just wears them all the time, like a dark room, like a pitch black room, just reclining back with sunglasses. And I actually talked to him about sunglasses, and he said that he had chronic headaches. And you know what? Who's the #1 sunglasses wearer in video games? And now that I've already broken my own rules so far as to shatter them by including real-world people in my list of video game characters who wear sunglasses, I'm gonna say the #1 sunglasses in video games, breaking my rule even further, is Yuji Horii, the director and the designer of the Dragon Quest games, who doesn't even really wear sunglasses. He wears tinted, dark, gray lenses. And this is because he's an old school computer programmer going back to the time of 59 hertz EGA monitors. Were EGA monitors 59 hertz? We'll see. The fact checking button down here. That's the #1 example of sunglasses in video games. So I've now renamed my list. It's not video game characters with sunglasses, it's sunglasses in video games. And Yuji Horii's the #1. #2, Crimson Viper. Done a bad job thinking of what the list is. Yuji Horii and Crimson Viper, we got two people. We got light gray tinted lenses and we've got a pair of yellow lenses. That's not really, doesn't exactly scream sunglasses in video games because most of the other characters who wear sunglasses in video games suck. And we need to stop this message. We need more positive sunglass wearing role models in video games. And for that reason, I've decided to wear these every day
for the rest of my life.
I'm not gonna wear them every day for the rest of my life. I'm trying to think. Does anybody in Final Fantasy have sunglasses? Rude, one of the Turks, he has sunglasses. Auron from Final Fantasy X wears sunglasses. And they're like little tiny ones, old man sunglasses. He's got like his hair swept back and he's got like the white patches in his temples. And he's like a knight and I feel like there's one I was missing. Should I put Captain Commando up high? You know what, I'm gonna order this list and I'm just gonna have it right here. I'm gonna have it like right here so you can see the list, the power rankings, the top 10, who made it and who didn't. Johnny Cage. Johnny Goddarn Cage from Mortal Kombat. He wears sunglasses. He doesn't always wear them in the games. At the end, he would do his victory pose and put the sunglasses on. Also, in Mortal Kombat the movie, he is portrayed as like a very arrogant individual. He's very full of himself. He's kind of a jerk because he's a movie star. Movie stars wear sunglasses, and they're just renowned as bristly people. Johnny Cage, portrayed by Lyndon Ashby in the 1995 movie Mortal Kombat, he wears these sunglasses, which Goro steps on. And then Johnny Cage says,
"Those were $500 sunglasses, butthole."
$500. I remember hearing that, and as a kid, well, just said as a kid, I was 16 years old. So I was still thinking of myself as a kid when I was 16. A little bit of unfortunate self-psychiatry happening here. I remember thinking $500 is a lot of money for sunglasses. You could buy like
10 Super Nintendo games for that, dude.
He was an arrogant like movie star type of person. However, he was at least chill enough to make a quip about the destruction of his beloved sunglasses. So for that, we're putting Johnny Cage pretty high up in the list. I don't know where. I'm trying to point at the list.
And you know what?
And you know what?
And you know what?
That's all I got. Wear sunglasses, everybody. Just put them on. I was born stupid, however I will not die hungry. Video games forever. Kotaku.com. Did I miss any video game characters with sunglasses? I don't even have to tell you to leave it in a comment because you're going to do it anyway. So instead, what I'll do is tell you don't leave it in a comment. I don't care. Though really I do. Our producer CJ here has just pointed out that Lara Croft wears sunglasses. So that's an example. Find more and present them to me in droves in the comments underneath this video. And if you want to subscribe, you can do that. I think that would be nice of you. If you don't want to, whatever. You don't have to. You don't have to leave a comment saying you don't want to subscribe. Somebody left a comment like that the other day. That's weird. That's like totally weird. That's like walking up to a person on the street and going, I don't want to know your name, and I never want to see you again. Just like a completely random person. That's weird. Well, good night, and bye.